Based very, very loosely on The Werewolf in Paris, many plot elements and the setting were changed to better fit the budget and ideas at the time. The film featured Oliver Reed in his first starring role, as well as being the first werewolf film to be shot in color. It's also notable for being directed by Terence Fisher, who directed many other more popular Hammer films at the time. This is another very good example of the sub-theme this month. While I wouldn't say it does a ton of things that are new with the werewolf myth, I do like what it does offer, for the most part. I thought that it was interesting that he was actually born a werewolf and not bitten. However, the fact that it was because he was a child of rape and born on Christmas makes him become a werewolf is a bit ridiculous. However, outside of that, I do like what they do in fact do. I also really like how the film is structured, how it's this slow build to the inevitable point that we reach in every werewolf story. That we are introduced to this beggar who then becomes imprisoned, then 15 years later he rapes the poor servant girl who then kills the Marquis who tries to have sex with her. Then 9 months later she bears the werewolf child where we find out what he truly is. Then he grows up and starts to figure out what he really is. I kind of like this long winding tale and how we get them to this place where the rampages begin. It's a great slow build and is very well structured. Oliver Reed unsurprisingly gives a great and tortured performance as Leon, and he does a great job portraying this poor soul with this terrible curse. The climax is pretty interesting and action-packed as it could be. It is one of the simpler films in the library of Hammer films, but it is an enjoyable one. While, so far, The Mummy is my favorite, I do think that this is better than Horror of Dracula, and just as good, maybe slightly worse, than Curse of Frankenstein. In terms of other good attributes, I felt that the makeup was quite good, as it was very clear that they were going for more of the Lon Chaney Wolfman look than an actual wolf look like American Werewolf in London. Overall, while probably not one of the better werewolf films, it does give us tidbits of some good lore, an interesting build, a great and unique structure for a werewolf film, and some good performances from everyone involved, especially Reed, as well as an intense and fun climax.